Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is Angelique with This Twisted Life. On a previous video, way back in the past, I showed you guys of me plating up, or I should say bowling up, some Yakameen. And we talked about the Yakameen and where the Yakameen was derived from. And if you haven't seen that video, you can click on to a past video. It was one of my grocery store haul videos, the last grocery store haul video where I actually put the Yakameen in a bowl, let you guys see what it looked like, spoke a little bit about the history of Yakameen when it comes to New Orleans. So if you haven't seen that video, you can go back, you can look at that video. But this video today, in that video, I mentioned that the next time I do it, I would actually film myself making the Yakameen. So guess what? Ta-da! Today is that day. Today we are going to get to it. We are going to make this Yakameen. This Yakameen today is going to be made with just beef. I started to add shrimps to it, but I changed my mind because I'm like, nah, we're going to use our shrimps for another meal like gumbo or something else. But we don't necessarily need to have multiple types of meat in this meal. So today we are just going to go with beef cubes. So I bought a pack of beef cubes from Walmart. And so we're going to cut the beef cubes up into smaller sizes because they're a little bit big, on the bigger side, bigger than I usually like them. And then we'll get things going. But before we do that, we're also going to be preparing our veggies for this. I've already washed the veggies, so I just really have to cut them up. So I'll let you guys go through the whole cut up process with me. I'll tell you guys what I use, because Yakameen, you know, is one of those meals that you kind of personalize, put your own little stamp on it and do your own little things to it. So I will be doing my version of my beef Yakameen. With that being said, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Ring that bell to be notified so that you can be the first to know when I upload any new videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or if nothing else, you found it entertaining. And definitely share me with your friends and your families. All right, let's get this started. I'm gonna move my tripod a little bit closer so that you guys can see what I'm doing firsthand. Give me just a second. Okay, so for this meal, I am choosing to use an onion, a bell pepper. This is a poblano pepper that I have left over. I do like to use some sort of pepper in pretty much anything that I cook. I either use poblanos or jalapenos because I do like a little bit of kick in my food. So we'll be using that. We're going to use a red bell pepper in addition to the green bell pepper. I have a little bit of onion left over from another meal, and I don't want the onion to go bad, so we're just going to go ahead on and use that. We're also going to cut up the green onion. The green onion is pretty much going to be used for garnishment after. It's not going to actually go in the pot while it's being cooked. It's more or less for flavor and garnish at the end. We're going to use fresh garlic. You can use minced garlic for this in the bottle already, but I just kind of like to use the fresher garlic, so I'm going to be using this garlic. I'm using linguine noodles today because that's what I have in the cabinet. It was either this or regular pasta. I usually use fettuccine. I didn't have any fettuccine, so that's why I just sprung for the linguine. I'm looking on my cabinet because I'm like, am I sure I'm out of it? I'm sure I'm out of the fettuccine. So we'll use the linguine. And if you know anything about linguine and fettuccine, they both are a long, flat noodle, but the fettuccine is just a little bit larger in width than the linguine. And I kind of like the thickness of the fettuccine, but we don't have it today, so we're just gonna go with some linguine. We're also gonna be using smoked paprika. We'll be using some onion powder, garlic powder. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning to this, parsley, bay leaves, soy sauce. Very important. You have to have soy sauce with this. You can go for the low sodium if you have a problem with salt. If you're a type of person that deal with high blood pressure, you can go with a low sodium. I'm going for the gusto and just using regular old hardcore soy sauce. I got some Kinder's Cajun seasoning here. This is the garlic and the cayenne. Again, I'm a garlic and peppery type person. I don't like my food to be over peppered where you can't enjoy it because it's so spicy, but I do like to have just a little bit of that kick to my food. So we're going to use this one. I'm also going to add a little Lea and Perrine's Worcestershire sauce. It's my favorite choice. You can use whichever one you want, or you could use none at all. It's perfectly up to you. And I'm going to drop just a little bit of teriyaki sauce in there. I don't have my hot sauce. I didn't pull it out the cabinet, but we will also be using a little bit of hot sauce in this as well. So again, first thing we're going to do is prep all of our vegetables, because that's what we have to do. I mean, we want our food to be seasoned, so we're going to cut up our veggies real good and get this party started. I like to use a big knife, so I'm using my cleaver to do this. Is it politically correct? Probably not, but hey, who cares? Out of my way so we can get to this other onion. Better yet, I need this bowl. So we're going to move these out of the way so we can get to my onions. I love Yakameen. It's a soup, just in case you don't know what it is. It's like a full bowl, like a noodle bowl, pretty much. So if you like noodle bowls, you would love this. You would love this. I like noodle bowls. My family likes noodle bowls, so. A lot of people, when they make this, they'll use different types of meat. They'll like add like 3 different types of meat. You know, like they might do beef, they might do chicken and pork all at the same time. They might add shrimps to it. Some people add lobster to it. It just depends on how fancy you want to get with it. Again, today we're just doing just your little one meat, which is going to be beef. I like a lot of onions, you guys. My family like onions. We like seasoning, so you know, I know a lot of people don't like a lot of onions, but as I've said in previous videos where I cooked at, we are not those people. We like seasoning, so I'm gonna give the family what the family likes. And there's no particular style of cutting for these onions that you have to do. Just whatever you feel comfortable doing, you can do. I just like to dice mine, so that's what we're doing. We're dicing. Get them all diced up and into my container. So for Yakameen, your gravy comes from you boiling the meat. That's how you get the juice. That's where your juice is going to come from. So typically with a lot of meals, I like to use stock, but because you pretty much make a stock with boiled meat and veggies, it just don't make any sense for you to use like your beef stock for this. It's literally like the same thing. So we won't waste our beef stock in this, and we'll just use the beef as it is for its own little stock. This on the side. And we'll see if we can get our bell peppers in here. Probably won't need to. We'll probably just leave this like this and then do the bell peppers in a separate container. And I'm drinking coffee today, you guys. I kind of need the coffee, so we're going to drink coffee today. I usually like to have some sort of hydration while I'm cooking. My choice today is coffee. Wine would be better, but we're doing coffee. About you guys, but when I cut the stems off of my bell peppers, I do like to go around and catch all the bell pepper that's sitting at the top, because I don't like wasting my veggies. Bell peppers are not cheap, so I kind of go around and cut it like that. Up, and we'll move on to our red ones. Again, this is one of those meals where you cut your veggies how you feel comfortable cutting them. That's another thing I like about this large knife. It's like a dustpan. I like to scrape up my veggies and grab them and put them in the bowl like that. Work today, but I worked from home today because my job is like a hybrid position. So I pretty much work 3 days at home and then 2 days in the office, which I absolutely love. I really wish I can work all 5 days at home. It's just so much better for me. Like, you know, I get off. My hours at work is 7 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. And my commute to work going is about an hour, but coming home with traffic, it literally takes me like an hour and 20 minutes to get home. So when I don't have to go in the office, I love it because that gives me time to be at home. You know, if I don't put anything in a crock pot to do a quick meal throughout the week, because I don't know about you guys, I don't really cook much throughout the week. Probably not as much as some. My main day of cooking is Sunday. Sunday, I do try to make sure I have a really good Sunday meal because I was raised with having, you know, like a good meal on Sundays. My mom cooked during the week. She cooked probably like me. It wasn't like an everyday thing during the week, but she would get in the kitchen like me and she would cook some weekdays. Usually when I cook through the weekdays, though, I do try to make sure we have enough leftovers for the next day because I don't like cooking every single day. I just don't want to. It's like other things that I would like to do when I get off besides cooking. I mean, I have my business, and at this point in time, I am in the process of building my inventory up because, you guys, I'm going to open my Etsy shop for real this time in December. I'm shooting for December the 1st to have my Etsy shop open. But I have been working on inventory and trying to pull away so much from custom orders because custom orders take so long to do. You know, you have to get with the customer, find out what they want, do a mock-up of what they want, then you have to present it to them, then you have to hope they like your first mock-up, because if they don't, then you got to go back to the drawing board and start all over again, or you have to edit what they don't like about it and then redo it, you know, and it's so time consuming. To me, it just takes so much more time. I'd rather just have my inventory and say, hey, this is what I created, and let you guys choose what you want to buy from what I created. By the way, if you guys don't know, if you're new to my channel or if you're fairly new and you never heard me talk about my business, I do have a business called The Twisted Yarn where I make handmade items like boxy bags and tote bags and keychains and little wallets and stuffed animals and just baby items, you know, just a whole bunch of stuff. So I am in the process of building up my inventory. So this apron, for instance, I am in a process of building up my inventory so that I can open my store up in December, which I think would be good because, you know, that's right by Christmas. So yeah, that's my plan. So I was saying all that to say, since I got off a track, I really don't like cooking every day because I want to go into my craft space and I want to start crafting the items that I have prepped to sew or prep items to sew. And so cooking for me every day isn't something that I want to do. I know some people love cooking like that, even though I went to school and graduated from culinary arts. I just don't like bonding with the stove that much. But I do understand that we have to eat. Yeah, so I just don't want to cook every single day. You know, on top of, again, I have a full-time job. So in addition to doing stuff for my business, I have a full-time job and I'm helping to raise, you know, my grandkids, two of my grandkids that are here. So, you know, my life can get kind of busy. If you guys have had Yakameen before or you did it before, you cooked it yourself before, put it in the comments. Let me know and tell me what you put in your Yakameen. I want to know how you make your Yakameen. And maybe next time you make it, you can share with us, whether it's a video or a picture of it. I would like to know what your Yakameen looks like and how you make it. I'm really looking forward forward to opening up my shop. I actually had my Etsy shop for some years, and I just never really fully stocked it. And the reason is I am not like tech savvy like that. So trying to work Etsy is really not easy for me. But I hired someone to man that part of it for me so that I can get it done without stressing over it, and can actually get it done. And I can focus more on actually making the products as opposed to, you know, the tedious things like stocking my store, setting it up, monitoring it. I'll have someone to do that for me, and I'm super excited about that. Actually, the person I hired is my niece. She actually has a degree in marketing, so she's going to utilize her degree with us. My sister is my business partner, so it's her daughter. We hired her daughter. It's going to be nice. I hear someone coming through the door. Dogs are barking because someone is coming through the door. And now we're going to chop up our green onions, and then we will do our green onions, and then we'll do our garlic. And again, the green onions are going to be for garnish, so it's not like we're going to add them to the meal as we're cooking it. My grandkids came in from school, so you know how kids are. They be starving when they come through the door. So I had this fried rice with the leftover rice that I had in the refrigerator. I made some fried rice, and I put sausage in it, and I put onions and bell pepper, garlic in it, and of course the rice and some eggs. And that's what they're eating on now. Because again, I work from home. I had to have lunch, so that's what I had in the refrigerator, and so that's what I utilized. All right, you guys, so now we have everything all cut up. We have our poblano peppers cut up, our green onions, which we're going to put in the refrigerator because again, we won't be using those. And you guys, I forgot to tell you, we are going to use some eggs for this, also as a garnish, but also for flavor as well. It is, again, like the green onions, it's not cooked into the meal. It's just used as a topper after the meal. And again, if you've seen that video with me putting it in a bowl, you'll see how we assemble this Yakameen. But if not, you stay tuned and you stick it out through this video, you'll see me plate it up again. But we got our onions, our bell peppers, and our garlic. You guys, I was struggling with that garlic today. For some strange reason, when I hit it with my knife, it just did not want to break. So there. So now we're going to get our meat cut to the size that we want it so that we can actually really get this going. So here's our beef cubes. Like I said, some of them are big. Like this is too big. Like I would cut this in half because that's just really big. This size here, I'm okay with. That's bite size. But that one is just way too big. Not only will it take this meal longer for that to cook, but it's just way too big. Like you just don't want it that big. You want a nice size. Again, I'm gonna cut this up and let you guys see it on a time lapse, so you don't have to like sit here and watch me cut this up little by little. guys, now that we have everything all chopped up, the meat has been cut up and I have cleaned it off camera. So now we are going to actually put this Yakameen together. Now, this is not an important step in this process. You could actually just take the meat, the vegetables, and everything and just put it in a pot with some water and just let it boil until your meat gets tender, and then you can add like your soy sauce, salt, pepper. I mean, not salt, because you really don't need salt with this because the salt is going to come from the soy sauce. But you can add your pepper and whatever other seasonings you would like to add to this at that point in time. But I like to saute my meat and my vegetables, and then I like to add my water. So that's what we're going to do right now, because that's how I like to do mine. So we're going to use olive oil, and I like to use olive oil because I feel like the olive oil actually adds flavor to it as opposed to the just regular old vegetable oil. So we're going to let this get hot, and then we are going to saute our meat and our veggies. And everything is just going to stay in this pot. We're not taking anything out of this pot. We're going to put everything in a pot and let it go. And then this pot here is going to be for our pasta, to cook our pasta in. And then I have another little smaller pot over here. In this pot here, we're going to cook our boiled eggs in those, but we can do that last. I think it might be heated up enough. Yep, we got a nice sizzle in that. And because this, I'm not like searing this like as a steak or anything, I can add quite a bit in this, because again, it's just to browning it up some. So I can overcrowd this. It's okay to overcrowd this pot. Typically, I wouldn't overcrowd my pot when I'm searing, but again, because of what I'm doing with this, it's quite okay to just overcrowd it. Videos are so far off. I have so much content that I have yet to show you guys, and so I kind of be contemplating on bringing you into like up to date, because I feel like there's so much other stuff that I haven't shown. I still have, you know, like some summer stuff that I wanted to show you guys, like the deck and all. But again, I'm a one-man show, and when you're trying to do all of this by yourself, it can be a lot, and do a full-time job, you know, and help with kids, dogs, just life in general. So, but I think what I'm gonna start doing is giving y'all some real-time stuff, as well as just showing y'all some of the old videos, just so that you guys can still see, because it's still really good content, and it can still help you out, you know. Like the installation of the pool was real delayed, but a lot of people, you know, liked it and looked at it. So, you know, I'm sure next summer, lots of people will look at it when they're trying to install their cold water pool. So, I think I'll do both. I'll do a mixture. I'll do some like right now, and some from a couple of months ago, because I still have when we got the washer and dryer that I wanted to show, which is a tower. I want to show when I got my nice little stand here in the kitchen. There's just so many things. I got some unboxing that I did. Oh, and again, since I'm working on opening up my Etsy shop, I'm gonna turn you guys around where y'all can actually see me and pull you guys up a little bit. Since we'll just chat just a little bit while we're waiting for this meat to do what it's gonna do. Since I am going to open my Etsy shop up soon, and I've been working in my garage, which is now my studio slash office, because I do my regular job work out of there as well as my business stuff out of there. But what I did was I started transforming the garage to be more of an inviting space for me to do my creative stuff in there. And I have lots of videos from where I started painting the garage, when I put the cabinets in there. So I want you guys to see that. I want you to see that process. So even though I'll be doing some videos where you'll see me sitting in my craft room doing things, and you'll see like the walls and stuff like that where it's already done, you'll also get some backdrops of videos that will probably follow that to show how I started getting the garage together. And it is nowhere near where I wanted to be at. There were some things that kind of came into play that kind of shifted my focus from there. But we'll talk about all of that when I start doing those videos. And I think we're ready right now where we can start adding our veggies into this pot. So let me turn you guys around and put you back down. So now we're going to add all of our veggies to this. Again, I love a lot of onions, so we are not skimping on the onions or the bell peppers, because this is our veggies going into this. Peppers to give this meal just a little kick. We'll add our garlic in. Just let this go, mix up in here. Into this pot, I'm also going to add my parsley. Now, if I was like my sister, who actually has a cooking channel, and I try to mention her as much as possible, hoping that you guys can go check her out, because she really does an amazing job. The name of her channel is Cooking with a Twist of Faith with Sabrina Bright. And she actually has a cooking channel, and I love that my sister have a cooking channel, and I probably said this 1,000 times on 1,000 videos, not that I have 1,000 videos out on, you know what I'm trying to say, a lot of videos that she get me like the coolest kitchen gadgets when she finds them, because she's such a kitchen girl now since she has her little channel. But yeah, check her channel out. She does an amazing job. So we're going to put some bay leaves, not bell pepper, bay leaves in this as well. Get that going. Again, this is this meal is so easy to throw together. It really is. It really is an easy meal. Wanted to use up the last bit of that. That was Worcestershire sauce. I'll probably add a little more later. And this is a little bit of teriyaki sauce. I'll only add just a little bit of that. This is that Cajun seasoning by Kinder, I don't know how they pronounce it. That's that. gotta have some smoked paprika. Always. And even though we put all that onion in there, we're still gonna use some onion powder. And some garlic powder. And we'll be tweaking this as we go. Okay, it already smells good. It already smells good. Already. I'm gonna just add this garlic now. Sorry about all the noise. And now, to this pot, we're going to add our liquid. So, add some liquid to the pot. Add just a little bit of soy sauce now, because I'll have to come back and add more soy sauce toward the end. And this is why you use a lot of soy sauce in it. So that's why you don't want to use salt starting out. Now we're going to add our water to this. I'm going to add just a little bit more water because some of this water is going to evaporate. So it's going to cook down. So we want to add enough water because again, this is what makes the soup of your gravy. After we add this little bit of water in, we're actually going to put a top on this. And then we're just going to let this cook until that meat gets tender. And that might take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. Cut in smaller pieces, so it may not take that long, but we'll be checking on it. So now that we have everything in here, we're going to put this top on it. We have it at high because it can be. And we're just going to let this cook and let this go. So I'm going to set a timer on this for 30 minutes. And at that point in time, I'm going to put the eggs on in the pasta. Once this beat, I'll come back, we'll boil the pasta, and we'll boil the eggs, because the pasta and the egg pretty much takes about the same time to do what they're going to do. And then at that point in time, we'll taste this, and we'll add whatever else we need to add in terms of seasoning. Oh, but you know what? I do want to add this. Let's put some pepper in it now before we get going. I love pepper. Cracked pepper is my favorite, so that's what we're using. I'm just gonna let this crack the pepper for us. Now we're gonna let this do its thing. So now that we have everything in our pot, and our pot is just going to sit here and do its thing until the meat gets tender. So I am going to get off camera, and I'm going to pick you guys up in about a half an hour. See you then. Okay, you guys, so it has already been 30 minutes already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of the meat and just use my fork and test it to see how tender it is. But in the meantime, also, we're gonna go ahead on and get the water boiling for the pasta, and we're gonna put the eggs in the pot. I have already added water to both my pots. I added salt to both my pots, and I added a little bit of olive oil into the pot where we're going to put our pasta at once it gets going. So we're gonna turn that pot up so that it can start boiling, and we'll go ahead on and put the eggs in the back pot so that we can get the eggs on. Back this up so you can see what we're gonna be doing back here, sitting behind this pot. We're gonna put the eggs on in the water, and usually it takes about 20 minutes for eggs to boil. So we'll get that going on the back burner back there. So I actually have 2 boiled eggs from yesterday that I had in the refrigerator. I am going to utilize those, but I'm going to do an additional 8 more eggs. This right here is we'll put those boiled eggs back in here. So done. This on the back burner and turn that on. So we'll let that go. And then again, we're going to go ahead on and test a piece of this meat and see if it's tender. And then use our spoon. So it's still pretty tough, and we want this to be nice and soft, but it's only been 30 minutes, so we're going to just let that keep going, but we are going to still go ahead on and do our pasta and get that going, and we'll keep this fork around for the next test. So we'll let our eggs and all of that go, and we'll put our timer on for another, we'll do another 30 minutes, judging off of how tough the meat was, because it was still pretty tight. So it'll probably be closer to the hour, like I said, for it to be tender. So we'll let that go for 30 minutes, and then I'll check in again, you guys, once it beeps again. See you soon. Stick around. Okay, you guys, I hop back real quick because our water is boiling for our pasta. As you can see, we got a nice rolling boil here. So we're gonna go ahead on and drop our meat in here. Wow, look at this linguine. For some strange reason, it didn't break. I'm gonna leave it like that too. So remember, in this pot, I put olive oil and salt. The salt is to make the water boil quicker. The olive oil is to keep the pasta from sticking together. And then I'm just gonna kind of mix it up a little bit so that olive oil can get in between all of this pasta to again help the pasta from sticking together. So I'm just gonna switch this around for probably about a minute, just to make sure that olive oil has coated all of this pasta. And then I'm just gonna put the top on this, and I'm just gonna let this boil until the pasta gets to the right consistency. So I want it al dente. So I don't want it mushy, and I don't want it hard. I want it where it still has a little bit of bite to it, but it's not hard. And again, it's not overcooked, it's not mushy. It usually takes about 20 minutes of cooking for linguine, 15 to 20 minutes. So depending on the stove, the time of the year, as far as the temperature, all of that will determine, you know, cooking and baking actually. In product. Don't forget product. Don't forget, the appliance itself also has to play a lot in it. You guys, I can't wait to get a new stove. I'm so excited about getting a new stove, which won't be no time soon. because we've been replacing these appliances as they break. So far we've replaced the refrigerator in this house and the washer and dryer. We got both the refrigerator and the washer and dryer tower from the Lowe's outlet. And I also did a video on the refrigerator, so if you have not seen that video, you can look at that one, especially if you live in the Atlanta area or anywhere where there's a Lowe's outlet. You can go check that out because they have really good deals there, and their appliances are really, really nice. And it's one of those places where you get like a dent scratch, but you can also get overstocking and nothing's wrong with it. Overstocking discontinued items, which are brand new. The washer and dryer was a overstocked item, so it was brand new, and we got that one from them brand new. And what I like about them is, you know, their stuff just about all their stuff come with a warranty, but you also have the option to get an additional warranty on it. But yeah, again, if you have not seen that video, you can hop over to that video where we replaced our refrigerator with refrigerator from the Lowe's outlet. So now that we got the pasta going, the eggs going, and of course our meat is still boiling, I'm gonna take you guys back down, and I will come back when the spaghetti is done. Well, I may not come back with this, but I mean, pretty much know how to do this. Most people know how to do spaghetti, so I may do that off camera, drain that and everything, and just bring you guys back when we are ready to add more soy sauce and any seasoning that we may need to add to the actual pot. And then we'll get to plate it up and taste it. Yay! All right, see you guys in a few. All right, you guys, so I am back. It is about that time for us to check it out, make sure that our meat is nice and tender, and add any extra stuff that we want to add. Like at this point in time, I'll add some more soy sauce to it and whatever other seasonings that I think I might need in it. So we're going to open our top up. We'll grab a fork. We're going to pull out one piece of meat and push it in, and it seems to be tender. So now we're going to add more soy sauce to it, because I like my Yakameen to be a certain color, and it's not the color I want it to be. So I'm going to add more soy sauce so I can get the color that I like. There we go. There we go. It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm also going to get a spoon and taste it as far as flavor wise and see what we taste like. Tastes pretty good. Just going to add the rest of this, and I'm also going to add more pepper to it, and I'm going to add that hot sauce that I told y'all I forgot to tell y'all that it also needed. I like a lot of pepper, so that's why I'm adding. My whole family, we all love pepper, so it's not too peppery for us because we like it like that. And now I'm gonna get a little bit of hot sauce. All right, you guys, so for some strange reason, my hot sauce just grew legs and walked away. So somebody got hot sauce in their bag swag. I don't know where the hot sauce went, but it's nowhere in the house. So yeah, with that being said, I added some more pepper flakes to it because I did want to have just a little bit more heat to it. So that's what I added to it. I didn't want to add any cayenne pepper because I didn't want to make it too hot. But yeah, so that's what we got. So now that this is done and I have added more soy sauce to it, so I am going to plate this up for my granddaughter, and you guys are going to watch her enjoy it. So we're going to get some of these noodles here. Now my granddaughter loves noodle bowls, so this is one of her favorites here because She likes a noodle bowl. We're gonna switch this out for the proper ladle, which is this one. Can you get the green onions from out the refrigerator for me? The container green onions. You can just sit it right there.
Okay,
And as you can see, oh shoot, you guys missed that whole plating up, huh? I had to plate up another one just so y'all can see. Well, because y'all missed it. As you can see, I put the pasta in, and then I put the meat and the gravy in on top of it. So again, like a noodle bowl. And then we're going to add, and hopefully you guys can see this. Let me pull it down some. There, now you can see. I'm sorry y'all missed me plate that up. Give me a spoon. My granddaughter also loves to eat with chopsticks, so she's definitely going to have hers with chopsticks. Some people just like to use a regular old fork and spoon. I like to play around with the chopsticks myself. And then we're gonna garnish this with some green onions. And again, that is going to be how you like it. Can you give me a boiled egg from out of the container? I am. So now we're going to peel this boiled egg for her. Man, I hate that there's no hot sauce. I went to the store this weekend and I didn't buy any hot sauce because, in all honesty, I just knew I had a whole bottle in there. So what happened to it, only God in heaven knows. Give me a butter knife. You guys, so this is the last thing that we're going to do to this. Is we're going to take our egg and we're going to just let it float at the top. And pretty much, you guys, this is Yakameen. Now at this point, I'm gonna give this to her, and if she want to add more soy sauce to it, she can. If she wants to add hot sauce, if we had it, she can. But since we can't find a hot sauce, she ought to love that. Lily, come taste this so the viewers can see what it tastes like. There's Lily. Let's turn it up some, Lily. All righty. All right, Lily. You say grace over there? Shame on you.
I'll say grace.
All right, there you go.
It's good. I will
Try to take a spoon and try the actual sauce, whatever you want to call it. That's your jam.
Yeah. If it had hot sauce, it would have been better.
Yeah. Hot sauce always makes it taste better. But anyway, you guys, so that's that. I'm gonna turn you guys back around to me. So that is that. That is how we make Yakameen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you guys try it. If you try it and you've never had it before, please, after you do it, come back and comment under this video so I can know what you thought about it, if you liked it, if you tweaked it, if you did something different. I don't know if YouTube allow you to drop photos in, but if so, you can drop a photo in, or you can email me a photo. That's a good idea. You can email me a photo to thetwistedyawn20@gmail.com. Then send me a photo there so I can see what your Yakameen looks like. Again, thank you for watching this video. If you stayed to the end, I truly appreciate it. It does help with the algorithm when you do stay to the end. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, or if nothing else, you were entertained by it. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that button to be notified for any videos I may upload in the future. And again, definitely share me with your friends and your families. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.